Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Badvibes, and I'm here with Disney news. Disney. I don't talk about Disney much. Believe it or not, I'm actually somewhat of a Disney fan. I guess I like Disney about as much as a middle-aged dude can without being on a list. Because I like the cartoons. You know, I grew up with cartoons. Honestly, it wasn't like an interview, but they used to have a thing at the park where if you wanted to submit applications or interest in becoming an animator, I had a conversation with them a long time ago when I was thinking about doing art school, and then I didn't, which turned out to be a good thing because that's right when they shut down all their 2D animation. So chose wisely there. But yeah, some silly stuff happened today. And no, I'm not talking about the Snow White movie because good Lord, if you haven't watched that trailer yet, check that out. That looks terrible. Why do they keep doing that? Remaking all their cartoons into the terrible live action movies. You know, we've got a kid, so we've watched most of them. And yeah, The Lion King. It's like such a good animated movie, and then they just made like these horrific like CGI creatures that talked for no reason. Just watch the old ones. Anyway. Yeah, so Snow White's going to be a thing. But what is a thing that's actually funny and entertaining is what happened in the park the other day. Let's take a look. So we've gone to Disney quite a few times. I mean, it's not too far away. And this is actually a really cool ride. If you haven't been, I mean, as much flack as Disney gets, the parks are fun, especially if you have kids. They're freaking expensive. So, I mean, I'm not discounting that because they're not discounting anything. But one of the newer rides, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot, it's so fun. Like, I'm sure if anybody's ever been to Disney, you've ridden Space Mountain. This is like Space Mountain on steroids. Like, probably my favorite ride in the whole, you know, four parks. But that being said, it's a lot of people's favorite ride. So the lines can definitely be long. We've waited quite a while a few times, which you don't have to. That's another thing. If you go, like, they'll gladly take your money to let you skip place in line, which it adds up. So, yeah. Anyways, all that being said, I'm dancing around the the elephant turd in the room. So chaos erupts at Epcot's Guardians of the Galaxy coaster after guest poop disaster. So I will preface this with, yeah, it's probably my favorite ride in the park. It used to be something else. Gosh, I can't remember, Universe of Energy or something like that. It's back when Epcot was all about education and stuff, and now it's just another theme park. Fun, but it's, you know, not the original thing. But they repurposed this old building, and lots of things don't make sense in it. As cool as the ride is, like, the line is very long, but they've only got so much space. So one of the things they do is you have to do like a virtual queue. So basically you sign up in a virtual line to be told when you can actually get in line to reduce the line, but it still, I mean, you're going to be in there for, if you do it that way and it's a busy day, it's going to be like an hour at least. So there's that. Also, when you get off the ride, for some reason, it's not very friendly for people that, you know, may have disabilities or I mean, if you're just dizzy from the ride at the end, you have to go. It's so weird. I assume it's like going over the tunnel as you get off the ride. Like, it's a set of stairs. You go up the stairs, you walk a few feet, and then you go back downstairs, and they're like narrow, and it's a lot of people. I don't know. If somebody hasn't tripped, I'd be shocked, is what I'm getting at. Like, it seems like it's totally not planned out. They just made it fit. So, that all that being said, what caused the poop disaster? I can guess. So this mainly describes the ride. I mean, I'm not going to go through all that. Look up a video. It's fun if you know, if you want to be spoiled. But if you want to read about somebody spoiling their pants. So yes, folks, someone pooped. Not just in the queue. Not just in one discreet little corner. No, they went everywhere, including on the floor and the walls. And somehow, despite the overwhelming smell and visible evidence of this unfortunate incident, people just kept standing there. So I prefaced all that because, hey, this ride's pretty fun. I would just hold my breath because I would want to ride it. So yeah, as they say, Cosmic Rewind, a ride worth waiting for. Maybe not that much. Honestly, my sense of smell doesn't work very well. I'd probably power through. So for those unfamiliar, Cosmic Rewind is Epcot's first ever roller coaster, and well, and let me rewind. Rewind. So yeah, as I was saying before, Epcot used to be the educational land. Now they're adding in they're just like, screw it, it's another park. Actually, that's not right. It says Epcot's first ever roller coaster. It is not. There's another one literally right across from it that's been there for like 20 years, I think, or more. There's a Chevy sponsored like car roller coaster thing. Anyway, but I'm not going to go all freaking Disney adult on it because I mean, who cares? Anyways, it goes fast. It's a roller coaster. If you really care, look it up. But like any top tier Disney attraction, it comes with a hefty wait time. Standby lines often stretch beyond an hour. Very easily, any ride there on a busy day will, and that's why they sell those passes for a premium to let you skip the line. I see what you did. And while the queue offers cool space-themed visuals and witty quips from the Guardians, it does not come equipped with accessible restrooms. That is the big thing I noticed. So a lot of the other rides that have really long lines, they're a little hidden, but they have restrooms like in the middle of the line at least. Sometimes more than one, I think. Again, I'm not a Disney expert. I know the Avatar ride in Animal Kingdom. Definitely at least one restroom in the middle of the line. And that one's long. I think I can get that wait's ridiculous. I think it can get up to like 3 hours. So we've only ridden that one a few times. Gotten lucky. So anyway, so if nature calls while you're in line, you have to flag down a cast member and pray they let you back in after a bathroom break. Now, I will say, and I think we actually witnessed this, we did have to wait for Guardians, this specific roller coaster. We had to wait for quite a while. And I mean, what most people did, what most people would do is there's a bathroom literally right outside, so go there and then get in line. But it's Disney, so we know you're going to have little kids with you that can't make up their mind. But like most people that are reasonable, like if you're in line, especially like right in the middle, if you just sit, leave somebody there, you got like a party of 4 or 5, whatever, say, okay, well, let's take the kids to the bathroom. You leave, you do that, you come back. And most people, like, it happens. Nobody's going to, well, I won't say nobody, but most people aren't going to have like a public freak out over you like leaving and then coming back in. I mean, whatever. I wouldn't. Anyways, so unfortunately, it looks like one guest didn't or couldn't make that emergency pit stop. Instead, they made a statement. This is actually inside the ride right here. It's pretty cool. I mean, if you do have to wait, at least it looks cool. But I actually did hear about this I guess it was on Twitter, because I don't spend time on TikTok, but I guess that's where it came from. The disaster was first documented on TikTok, where one guest captured the surreal scene. People holding their noses, covering their faces, and generally reacting. So they'd just been hit with a smell so strong it could knock Rocket Raccoon unconscious. Okay. Don't know what that has to do with anything, but sure. And the video showed undeniable evidence. We'll get to that. Disney fans are committed. We've all waited in miserable heat, pushed through crowds, and spent way too much money on a churro that turned out to be stale. All true. But standing in a poop-filled queue as if it's another Tuesday, that's next level dedication. I mean, honestly, if you're in the park at that point, you've paid so much money, I don't think you're going to let poop stop you. It's like, I've already paid for this. I'm not leaving. So anyways, who was responsible for this cosmic catastrophe? Was it a child who just couldn't hold it in? An adult with a stomach emergency? A villainous new character? Haha, all right. They're trying to be silly here. And let me point this out. So this is coming from a site that's only Disney News. I was aware that some of these existed. I didn't know how many existed. Like, I know Disney's a big thing. And hey, we like going. And sometimes we'll pull up these sites to see what's going on. But there are so many, and they report every day. Like, it's wild. I mean, I'm sitting here talking about poop and, people abducting alligators and stuff, so who am I to judge? But I can say wow. So, wow. What we do know is this mess reportedly sat there for a while before being cleaned up. And while we're sure Disney's custodial team deserves a standing ovation for dealing with it, let's take a moment to acknowledge an important fact. There are restrooms literally right outside the attraction. Yeah, so there's like a cafeteria and like the Club Cool thing. It is actually kind of cool. Like they have sodas from all over the world you can try. Some of them are disgusting and some of them are delicious. But yeah, they all have restrooms out there. Let's get to the photos. This one may not have them. As I go, again, I found multiple, not just news sites, multiple Disney news sites that reported on this. And yeah, some crazy stuff does happen at Disney. And this is not the first time something wild has happened. We've seen brawls in Fantasyland, guests trying to swim in fountains, and the occasional streaker. I think I actually did report on the streaker. That was in, I think they were kind of messed up on something in California. That was pretty funny. But people have gotten in fistfights over their place in line. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. This one does not have the photos, so let me just scroll over here. Cosmic Behind, haha. It's really hard. There aren't a lot of words in this that are easy to make poop puns over. I will say that because I thought about a lot. It wasn't Epcot, so Epplot, Crapcot. There we go. So here are some photos. These are the people holding their nose. Yeah, so they're covering their faces. Wonder why. Yeah, this is what was found. I don't know how. It looks like people may have even walked through it. I don't know. So yeah, that's right in the corner of the line. So everybody had to walk by that. And let's see. You can hear one guest yell "ooh" in the background of the video. Despite the stench, the unfortunate accident was not enough to convince riders to exit the queue, with many still just standing there. They seem to talk about that like they're surprised. I mean, in normal situations, yeah, but you just paid probably hundreds of dollars to stand there. So it's like, poop's not stopping me. This probably isn't going to add anything else. I want to see if I can find the video. Okay, here we go. We got the video. I had to turn off reader mode and allow the 5 billion ads to show up so I could show it here, but let me full screen it. Let's just take a look. All right, here we go. Straight from the source. This is the actual TikTok video that triggered all the news. We hit it at the beginning here. Not stopping me. All right, so Disney news. Hey, I'm a Disney news channel now. Not really. No, I'm just talking about poop because poop's funny. Got any poop related Disney puns? Leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I don't know. Let's just assume that Goofy had to come clean it up. Gosh, I'm not touching that.